Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Let's face it, offensively, we were bad. We were stupid. 0 for 5 on fourth down. 3 of those could have been field goals, which would have been 9 points. That might have made a difference. But to have that game end the way it did without a shot to tie due to a horrible call, so bad with a guy that I hate to listen to, and I actually agreed with him. Defensively, we are. Defense wins championships. Make the playoffs and have the defense play like that, and we'll win more games. Offensively, something has to change, and it's interior O-line. Your tackles are only as good as your guards, and if your guards suck, your tackles suck. We finally saw it. Tate Ratledge had a bad game. The guy on the other side had a bad game. And everything sucked in between. Let's be honest about it. All the pressure was stemmed from what the defensive tackles were doing to our offensive line. We were doubling them, and the other guys were free to run. That front, their defensive front dominated our offensive front, but don't get it twisted. We did good against them. Rock Ya-Sin covered A.J. Brown 19 times, allowing 4 catches for 39 yards on 8 yards. Your quarterback is only as good as your O-line. Amen, Paul Jones. You guys are right.
Low battery. Please charge.
But your O-line dictates how good your running game and everything else is going to be. And let's face it, it was bad. It was horrible. The defense has been what's winning the Philly games all year. They're good at one-score games because they have a great defense. J-Mo was good. He was the only one catching passes. Amon-Ra sucked. Get it right. J-Mo did great. Here was a hand in his face on 90% of his throws. Hey, I don't deny my fans what they want. I think we miss Frank Ragnow more than Ben Johnson. Yeah, I mean, we stopped it technically 4 times because one time we got him to full start. His Anzalone jumped and the guy jumped in the background. He jumped forward. He didn't even get in the neutral zone and the other guy jumped. We stopped it 4 out of 5 times. Campbell was standing them up. I already called that out, Bill T. I said that to begin with. We went for it 5 times. 3 of them could have been field goals. That's 9 points off the board. And using a prop for a celebration is bad. Robbie! Oh, I know, Jim Jackson. Good win, Packers. You had to come from behind to do it against an awful Giants team. Good for you. You won. We lost in a low-scoring game, and I admit it. Now we go from first to third place and just outside the playoffs. We're outside looking in. But you know who's not anywhere near the playoffs right now? There's only one team in this division that sucks so bad they're not getting there. We're all separated by one win, and everybody's acting like the world just ended. I don't get this. We just played championship quality defense. Our offense fell apart. And think about it. Mahogany wasn't out there. We expected Yodi Awasika and Tristan Colon to make a difference. Good Lord. Oh, I know. And they deserve it. They're in first place right now. The gambling part, I agree with as far as the fourth downs, but he actually didn't call that bad of a game. The offensive line sucked. Oh, I know. It started to get cold. It started to be a wintry mix towards the end. Yes, they are playing good against bad teams. I've been saying it all along. Amen. And I know. I still think that wrist issue is bigger than he's let on because he's missing stuff that's hitting him in the hand. Yep, 12-5. Be 12-5. We're gonna win. We're gonna lose one more game. Remember, there's 17 weeks. Yeah, I did see JMO. You think we're losing three more games? I don't think so. I don't see three more losses on the schedule. But Shep is doing great. That defense looks great. Hey, broski, don't worry. Don't come in here talking shit on my show. Maybe. I had it set 12-5 too. Oh, some of the passes were off. You're not going to get yelled at. He had a guy in his face half the time. It actually, he was pressured on 90% of his passes. And that's what people aren't realizing. They're blaming it all on Goff, but Packers had 7 drops and still won. So I can't blame the wide receivers and I can't blame just Goff. I have to blame the O-line and the play calling. But at the same time, we saw good play calling the week before. Let's see what happens in another week. He hurt his wrist. He hurt his wrist 5 weeks ago and has not been catching the ball same ever since. For the ones that hit him in the hands, I can, Steve, and I will. Amen. 9 out of 10 passes he was pressured on. They've talked about it all during the. But I love that Chris Collinsworth called out the refs last night because they should have been. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, he hurt his wrist 5 weeks ago, and he's been dropping passes 2 or 3 every week since. Something he normally does not do. I think it's affected his gameplay. I've been calling it out since the beginning, uh, ever since he started dropping. I really don't think we missed Laporta because we didn't have a time to get to him. Every time we targeted Brock Wright over the middle, where the linebackers are weak in coverage, the ball was batted in the air, which equaled an interception. So I'm not even going to go there. I hear you. But you know what? They're in first place. Congrats to them. They're 7-3. Packers are second, 6-3-1. We're third, 6-4. And the Vikings, I don't think they can climb out of the basement even if they start a win streak. I think so too. I wanted Miles Frazier back bad, but he wasn't activated. So we have to activate Malcolm Rodriguez today, or he ends up on the IR all season. He should have been called up this weekend. We probably could have used him. But at the same time, let's be honest, that defense played pretty damn good. I don't know about that, Steve. I haven't watched the presser. I couldn't watch the presser last night because I was streaming it and it ended. So, Smoking Dad. I saw they got what, another 4 games within the division. I think they got to play the Eagles. They got to play. Man, they got a rough road ahead of them. They did. They talked about it every time they were in together. Right. There was a minute and 43 seconds when the incompletion happened. The one they called the flag on. We still had a timeout. It robbed us of an opportunity to get a tie. I'm not saying it would have made a difference. We probably still would have lost, but we had a chance. We only lost by 7. I still think we can. I think 12 wins this division, and I could see it all day. I mean, it's pretty bad when I got Eagles podcasters calling out that bad call. Hey, RXJ, good to see you. Yes, he's not calling plays anymore. I understand that. Yeah, he's not calling plays anymore. Yeah, national media is calling out that call. I've seen like countless podcasters. I don't think he's taking plays off. I think he's playing hurt. I've been saying that all season, ever since he hurt his wrist. Back, I think it was in week 4 or 5. He hasn't been the same. Oh, I know. Yeah, that I think that's a game they'll win. I said that. That's probably a game they'll win. What this has done for that young team, because they are a young team too, is give them confidence. They're on a win streak. Oh, you're not beating a dead horse here. Yes, I know. I know, Bill T. The whole everybody's talking about it, how awful that play was and how it cost the Lions an opportunity to have a chance to win the game. Or tie the game to take it to overtime. And it's even Eagles podcasters are saying it. So I don't want to hear that I'm crying because I'm not crying. I did put it in the article, and I said it may not have changed the outcome of the game, but it just took away an opportunity. And that's exactly what it did. I mean, Rock Ya-Sin was on A.J. Brown all night, covered him 19 times, targeted 8, allowed 4 catches for 39 yards, I think it was. Yeah. Yes, they did because our O line couldn't stop water. Think about this. I heard Aleem's name a few times. I didn't hear Hutch hardly at all, but they did say he had some pressures. Will Howard. I know it should have been. Yeah, but that's not a play that changed the game. You know, you're talking about a play that happened in the middle of the game. We're talking about on a final possession, Steve. There's a big difference between a final possession in the last 2 minutes of a game, and we've talked about this countless times where it's even cost your Packers game, where it's cost the Bears games, where it's cost the Lions games, where it's cost the Vikings games, where it's cost anybody playing the Chiefs games. Now it looks like it's anybody who plays the Eagles. I'm sorry, I'm calling it like I see it. Broski, stop. I gave your team congratulations for being in first place. Leave it at that. Stop picking on my team. I don't talk shit about your team. I said this young team is getting confidence by having a win streak. That's a compliment. Take it and leave it. Don't talk shit on my show. At the same time, the guy moved before the guy hit the guy's hand because it was a guy in the back of the play that moved. Oh yeah, I'm surprised we got a touchdown in the damn game. Let's put it that way. Surprised he let Jake Bates even kick a field goal. They should have just went for it again. It was ridiculous. Uh, you know what? It is what who he is. So when it works, we praise it. I'm not gonna say that because they're confident now. They're confident. Confidence goes a long way. Ours is rattled. I'm not saying we're gonna lose the next game because we play the Giants. I know. We play the Giants that can't win in the fourth quarter with good players. What are they going to do now that the good players are all out for the season? And I said they would be. And everybody scoffed at me this offseason. I said he'd be better. I said that would be a better team. I said they wouldn't be in the basement more than likely. I said if J.J. McCarthy gets hurt or they play bad, the Vikings would be in the basement. And look where we're at. Good game, Joey. I'll leave it at that. Yep, I know. Yeah, the O line is a trend all season. Your play calling is dictated by your O line. We went into shotgun more this game than we have in any other game all year. It was. Both defenses played Super Bowl caliber defense, and I don't care what anybody says. Rock Yassin was covering AJ Brown great. I hear you, Sledge. Good to see you, Mitchell. Anyways, it hurt. I ain't gonna lie, it hurt. It hurt to see our offense just fall apart. But when Christian Mahogany went down in the Commanders game, we all knew it was going to be a struggle. I just didn't think it would be this bad. Yes, sir. And then they get called off of a push off for a PI. And I'm sorry, and I'm not saying it cost us the game, but it cost us an opportunity to tie. When Chris Collinsworth calls it out, he's a former wide receiver, and I hate that prick. I'd rather listen to paint dry than him. The whole defense played like a beast. And I don't know why everybody says that Lehman Hutch was disappeared. I saw him in plays all the time. I saw McNeil string out wide and stop. I think the defense is the reason why I think that if we get there, we can get to the Super Bowl. RXJ. That was Super Bowl caliber defense on both sides of the ball last night. The Eagles and the Lions. I don't care what anybody says. I know what I saw. Amen. I agree the O line must be fixed. I want to see what happens after Miles Frazier comes back active. Got to start this week. We got to get him snaps against a bad team with a good defensive front. That's my thing. Come home, play the Giants, and have a good game. But you're talking about something in the future. It doesn't happen every game where they play that bad. That's the difference. We're supposed to be getting a bunch of them back this week. I want to see who gets activated and who gets cut. On offense, Glasgow, Awasika, Sewell, Goff, and Decker played 100% of the snaps, and that was 59 on offense. On defense, it was Amik Robertson, Thomas Harper, and Jack Campbell. That's 100% of the snaps that they played against the defense. And guess what? That was 72 plays. And that's weird because one game he looks good, another game he looks bad. We've seen it all season. But that's been what he's been as a center. He's a better right guard. I've said this all ever since we got Glasgow back. The Packers defense in 2 weeks on Thanksgiving. That's the next time we face a defense like that. I'm not going to get it twisted. That's a good defense. The Dallas defense, not so much. Alex Anzalone played 94%. Ali McNeil played 93%. Hutch played 92%. Derek Barnes had a good game, too. He played 88%. Malik Williams played 36 snaps, the most snaps since week 4. And interestingly, he was a part of the reason why they couldn't move the ball through the middle. They ran fewer yards per carry with Malik Williams in there than they did with DJ Reader. Roy Lopez only played 28 snaps. DJ Reader only played 34 snaps. Amen. I agree with that. I think we can. I don't even think those are yeah, tonight, the 1-star rating system versus the Pirates that can't do any rating. Jesus, I don't know who's going to win. I'm taking Oakland because I can't stand the 1-star rating system. But thanks for watching, everybody. It was a good day. It was a good game. I said that. I said that, Steve. They just don't have the stamina to go 4 quarters. Have a great day, everybody. Try to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love. I might be cracking that bottle. Yes, sir. Peace, love, and victory.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.